What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Raider World. So in today's video, we have Ciro3d's Streak Trunk Light. So this new trunk light from Ciro3d is designed to fit 14 and up Harley-Davidson Tour-Pak lids to include Ultra, King, and Chop sizes. Featuring Lightstrike Technology, this light gives you an animated display of brilliant Everlight automotive grade LEDs that you can easily program right from your smartphone. Available for iOS or Android, this Lightstrike app allows you to run different power on, brake, and turn signal animations. This trunk light follows a Tour-Pak curve, giving your lid a custom sleek look while also enhancing your security on the road. This is an easy plug and ride install, so let's get it going. Alright guys, so here's what comes in the box. Here I have the light. I did go with the black and the smoked out lens. Here you have your plug and ride harness. These are your two connectors that connect the light to the harness. Here you have a grommet, some cable ties, some cable tie mounts, some dielectric grease, and obviously your instructions. So for this install, I used a drill, a ruler, 100% silicone sealant, a tool just to push in those pins on the connectors, a step drill bit, a 1/8 drill bit, a dry erase marker, cable tie cutters, some dielectric grease that Ciro did provide, and some painter's tape. So first thing you want to do is remove your Tour-Pak liner, if you have one, and any riding gear. So now I'm just going to place some painter's tape on the left side of the Tour-Pak lid. From here, I'm going to center the light on the Tour-Pak lid and mark the wire location. Now you can measure your Tour-Pak lid and measure your light if you want to find dead center. Once you have it centered, just make sure you have your wire pulled straight up, then make your mark. So now I'm going to measure up 11/16 from the rim of the Tour-Pak lid and mark it with a horizontal line. So if you're trying to find 11/16, each tick mark is a 16th. Just count 11 ticks and that's your 11/16. Now I'm going to drill a pilot hole with a 1/8 drill bit where the lines intersect. And now I'll use a step drill to increase the size to a 1/2 inch. Once you drill your 1/2 inch from the outside of the lid, you want to come back in from the inside and get your 1/2 inch there. Here I'm just prepping some painter's tape to hold on to my light. Now I'll just guide the wire through. Just make sure you protect your pins. So to install the grommet that Ciro provides, you're going to repeat the same process with a 1/8 drill bit, then a 1/2 inch step drill. But because I already have a grommet here, I'm going to use the existing grommet. Now you can route your wire here and then underneath the plate, but I'm going to follow my existing lid rack light. Now this grommet already has a slit, so I can easily insert my wire. So what I'm going to do here is switch out these wire retaining clips with the new cable tie mounts. I'm just using a heat gun to loosen them up. For these cable tie mounts, you just want to scratch up the back and activate that 3M tape. And just make sure you have a clean surface. You want to apply pressure for about 30 to 60 seconds. So I'm going to loosely install these cable ties until I get everything set into place. So if you put tape around your pins, just take your time taking it off. So Ciro made it really easy to connect these connectors. First, you're going to place the female connectors onto the male connectors on the Ciro wiring harness. So if you look at the bottom of this female connector, you have these retaining clips. That's where the bottom of this pin is going to sit. Here you have your brown and black wire coming from your light. And this is your brown and black wire coming from the harness. So your first hole right here on the right is going to be your black wire. Gently push the pins into the female connectors. Here I'm just using a tool to push them all the way in. Now you just want to slightly tug to make sure they're secure. And then align the red and blue violet wires into the other connector. Now that I have the wires connected, I'm going to connect the harness and test out the light. So if you have a brake strobe module, you want to install this harness before that module. This light's equipped with the Lightstrike Technology where you can program that flashing feature directly into the light using the app. So I do have a lot of Ciro3d products already. Here's your black harness and your gray harness. Your black harness controls the rear and your gray harness controls the front. I'm going to disconnect the plug here at the OEM connector and plug in the harness. What's great about these Ciro products is that they're all plug and ride. So these only connect one way. So just make sure you're connecting your violet wire to your violet wire and your brown wire to your brown wire. Now that I ran a test and everything works, I'm going to add some dielectric grease, clean up these wires, and finish mounting the light. So before you mount the light, just make sure you have a clean surface. Also, make sure your Tour-Pak lid is latched and secured. Now I'll finish mounting the light. I'll scratch along the back here to activate that 3M tape. So Ciro was nice enough to add these tabs, so it's easier to pull off the backing. And once again, just make sure you're centered. And I'll apply even pressure for about 30 to 60 seconds. Now here, you just want to make sure when you close your Tour-Pak lid that these wires aren't getting pinched. So here, I'm just going to add some silicone sealant so I know I have a weather-tight seal. So this trunk light is equipped with the Lightstrike technology, so everything is ran through the app. So when you first open up the app and you enter in the password, which is 000000, and you can always change that later. So when you connect, your trunk light will pop up. You just select your trunk light. And here you have your different options. So you have your battery voltage, you have your power on animation, your run brightness, turn mode. You can add the strobe effect and your brake animation, brake burst mode, and your password here, you can change it, which right now it's 000000. And then you have other features as well. So right now I'll just run through a couple features so you can see what this light offers. So here you have your power on animation. So when you first turn on your motorcycle, this is what your power on is going to look like. So right now I have it set at 2. I'll change it to 1. From 1, I'll change it to 3. I'll go down all the way to 9. And this is basically all your power on animation. Now we'll go to turn mode. Right now I'm at 3. I'll set it to 1. I'll set it to 5. I'll go down all the way to 10. And this is basically all your turn mode features. Now I'll go down to brake animation. Right now it's set to 2. I'll change it to 1. And it shows the number of flashes. So if you want 5 flashes, so you can go from 1 to 5 flashes. We'll go to 2 flashes with a cooldown time, 10 seconds. Here I'll go to 4 flashes. Now if you want a less cooldown time, we'll change it down to 5. Basically what the cooldown time is each time you pull that brake, it'll wait 5 seconds. So if you pull it before that 5 seconds, it's not going to do the number of flashes you selected. So now we can turn on burst mode. You can change it down to 3. So to change your brake animation, you can change it from 1 to 2. And basically, it'll just cancel out the number of flashes. So when you hold down the brake, there's no flash. So as far as turn mode, I do want it to match up with my saddlebag lids, so I'm just gonna keep it at 1. So your run brightness, right now it's set at 3. I'll go and turn it up. And basically you can see there that it just turns up the brightness. So I'll max it out to 20. So your run brightness is how bright you want your light to be when you're not pressing the brake or pulling the brake. So I'm gonna keep my run brightness at the same brightness as my other lights. All right guys, so that's just some of your trunk light features using the Lightstrike app. Let's take it out on the road and see what it looks like at night. I was found here.